And while the color during scanning sometimes were quite a bit because the light the light is so when you do the scanning, the scanner tip has different angles, and the light those structural light comes from our projector will have different shadows. So these shadows in different place will cause those the cause uh, the cause the color varies. So that's it. How do you turn the scan sound on when scanning? The scanning sound is automatically on. That da 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 sound. Do you have a rep scan or should I not scan on? Do you have a rapid scan function on? Our OS does not scan or pick up the models as fast as it does. So we do not have something like the rapid scans. Just what I did is just same as you guys. It's a normal scan. So our scan does not scan pick up models as fast as you does. I think it's more like related to your PC configuration. Our scanners came without sound. So I will check with your scanner later. I think this sound should be turned on automatically. Okay. Ah, shit. Okay, let's go back to the software again. The post processing is done. Let me hide the button. So after the post processing, you can see these two scanner bodies very clear. You can see the texture on it. So, do you have any questions about this case? Let's see. Yeah, for the auto filling, it will use the similar color that's around your the horse. Okay, if you guys have no more questions, I will go through the next case, which is orthodontics. So in this orthodontics type, the first you need to scan scan the patient's intraoral. First you need to do the intraoral scan, and I already scanned for the for the orthodontics case because all the scanning is almost the same, and but the difference is that during the uh, pre-design step, it will have an extra function called orthodontic simulation. So it will give you more like before and after pictures, and it will also give you an animation about the two setup. But just remember and this result of two setup is for reference only. That means it do not provide any medical purpose. So the purpose of this simulation is to help our doctors to communicate with their patients. Usually, when the doctor is trying to talk with the patients or try to convince with the patients, sometimes a picture will be more clear than their words, right? So this is the design purpose of our this function, the orthodontic simulation. So let's go to the software to check what it looks like. So to the home. again. So you need to create a new order with the orthodontics, but I already scanned for it. I will just skip the scanning step and just directly into the screen sharing from your end. It shows my network is not stable. Klima. Okay. Okay. So I'm not sure if you guys see how to enter this also simulation page, but I will just finish the talk about this function and demonstrate again. So first is the tooth segment. Basically, it will automatically mark each tooth and like this for the mark numbers for each tooth, and the next is modeling. So it will model my teeth, do the 3D modeling. It will, it will not display any texture because it will be more complex with the texture during the calculation. So next is the tooth setup. The tooth setup means the tooth alignment. It will take some time, but not quite long. See? So this is on the left, this is my tooth before the setup. And on the right, this is my tooth after the setup. And if you, you can also do the animation. Just click animation and click play. It will display how you go through from before to the after. So it's quite clear for the patients. Let me see it again. Okay. Just click return. And if you want to export those things, you can just click export. So we will have those pictures. You can download those pictures to your local file and videos also. But more importantly, it will generate a QR code. So you can scan for this QR code on your the camera function from an iPhone that you can directly scan for the QR code. It will give you a website that include those pictures and videos. You can try it right now. I will leave the QR code here for some time. So, in my opinion, this QR code function is very convenient. The the patient can just use their phones to scan the QR code and get a simulation result. Right now, we do not have the save option to save this QR code. It will require the patient or the doctors just take a photo for the screen. It's the same way to save those QR code. So that's it. So this is the function of the also simulation. And let me check if you have any questions related to it. What is the what is the best PC configuration to have most? So the So my colleague will answer the question for you. He will type something. It will be more clear. So do you have any questions related to the orthodontic simulation function? If not, I will go through our the final function that is called health check report. So basically, this health check report that is used for when the patient to visit their doctors for the first time, and the doctors cannot. And the also simulation, yeah, you can use it right now. It's already available in the 30 official released version. Clear. Okay, for this health check report that is used for for the patients that visit their doctors for the first time, and usually during this time the doctors cannot decide which dentistry type they need to use. Is it restoration or is it orthodontics? So they will try to use this check function. It will do do the scan as before, and more importantly, it will have the function called health report. In this report, you can take some screenshot and take some notes. So it will generate a health report that also can be shared with your patient. Okay, so let's go back to the screen sharing again. So finish. Okay, and since all the scanning is the same for the health check report, you just need to choose the check here for dentistry type. Choose the check. So I will also use the pre-scanned case to save the time. This, so you can see this dentistry type is check, and go to the pre-design step directly. So at the health checker report is on this end, on the right section. Just click this health report, and you can choose your target if it is adult or child. So for child, we will have a special version of the report. It will have some more colorful clouds, trees like that. But for adult, it's just a normal report, right? Click OK. And delete those. So the main purpose of this function is take a screenshot. So we have two ways to take screenshot. First is endoscope screenshot. That we can use our intraoral scanner as an intraoral camera. I will demonstrate. Just click this one and take our scanner. And you can then you can take a screenshot at this window, and you can choose different type of the teeth and take some notes. Yes, and those those options can be. Okay, so all those options can be adjustment here. Pre-design settings. You can choose different options, and it will have some sub option. So you can adjust the health report in these pre-design settings. So except use our scanner to take the screenshot, we can also take a screenshot directly on the, on our models. Just select the area you want to take a screenshot and double click. And we just second. So this is how you add the screenshot for different method. So when the doctors finish taking those screenshots, they can click this preview. It is the preview health report. So on the top, it will include your basic information and give you an overview and with different views of your teeth. And for these detailed sections, it will give the screenshot you just taken, the doctor has just taken, and the note will be under here. And same thing, if you have multiple sections, the details will be added to it. And it is same with the orthodontic simulation. It can be shared with the QR code. So this is the QR code for the health report. So yeah, the patients can use the cameras again to scan the QR code, and it will give you a website for your health report. If you guys want to try, you can scan those QR code again. So yeah, this is the very the design of this function is very similar. The design purpose of this function is very similar to the orthodontic simulation, because both of them is try to make the more convenient communication between the doctors and the patient. So yeah, that's it. So beside those sharing, you can also download the health report as I think it's a PNG graphic image files. Report. So it's here. So it will generate the health report locally. So that's it. That is for the health check report. Back. Okay. Let me see if you guys have any question. So, and then I will talk about if you guys do not have a question about this check report, I will go to the the Dental Cloud wing, Shining3D Dental Cloud, to answer the questions about how to download your STL file as the lab account. So I will need to log in the Dental Cloud. Okay. I have logged in. Then I will share the screen. So this is our Shining3D Dental Cloud page. On the left, this is the dashboard that indicates how many cases you have received each day, and those is cases you have received from from doctors. So here's how you download the STL file. You just click this download here, and this is already transferred. So I will choose this one. So you can click this other format and select the if STL. and confirm it. And you can just close this pop-up window and click download again. Okay. Just click the refresh. Okay. So it's already have the STL. So I just use the other format if the OBJ, something like that. Confirm as an example because there is no OBJ here. To click a refresh. So this will be for the other format. Just click download here. So this is how you download different format of your orders. Okay. So again, this is a connection between the labs and the. So since this is a lab account, all those connection is the doctors, and as I mentioned before, only doctors can send the connection request to the labs, but labs cannot send those requests to the doctors. And those members functions that used for the hospital account that you can add those personal doctors as your members. It's more like a group things. Okay, this is my administration account. So I will not share this for you. So yeah, this is pretty much everything about Dental Cloud. Okay, do you have any questions? I'm not sure if you can have you can get alerts aside from checking it. On the left, if you want, you can send the messages like this. The messages to the doctors, but I'm not sure if the doctors will get the aligned for this message. If not, I will discuss with the R&D to see if we can add these functions so that it's very good advice that we need to remind our doctors that there is a new message from the from the lab.